13, right? It was just the 25 strategies. And the book started to grow as I grew. Remember I told you I started to go through personal problems, so then I had to add my story to it. I was speaking with an editor from Essence Magazine, and she said to me, she said, Elise, did you add any of your personal stuff in the book? I said, no. She said, well, who's going to care about your 25 strategies if they don't know what you went through? She said, you have to be able to tap into people's emotions. So when you read the book, the first part of the book is actually the last part of the book I wrote. And here's the thing, like I told you, I was suffering with depression at the time. That writing the book, which I was using to help other people, helped me. Because I was finally able to write down exactly how I was feeling. It was no longer me holding on to it and being thoughts that just kept flashing in my mind. I wrote it down. So now when I go back and I read it, sometimes I'm like, go back and read your own stuff and inspire yourself, right? Seriously, I read a strategy, like, yes, I need to do that today. I'm like, wow, I can't believe I was going through that. Because I'm not that same person anymore. And this is what I'm telling you, you're going to keep evolving. So it took me exactly a little bit over a year and a half to write the book. But again, it helped me overcome depression and anxiety. And I talk about that in the book too. Thank you.
Thank you.
Another question? Now you got me. You got to ask me anything.
What's your next move?
So my next move, so I stopped teaching in CUNY, and I'm currently teaching in Brownsville. I'm teaching at a GED program. And what I'm doing is we're using the book as a textbook, and we're starting a literacy campaign, because in my research, I've learned that 32% of Brooklyn residents are illiterate and living in poverty. So what we did is I'm working with the Brooklyn Borough President's Office, the Brooklyn Economic Development Corporation, and some other organizations to host a literacy program called Brooklyn Reads. So I'm thinking, or it's the truth, that if you teach people how to read, they won't have to live in poverty, because now they can begin to educate themselves, right? So that's one of the next projects that I'm working on. And like I said, I just became MWBE certified. So I'm actually I'm negotiating a contract right now with the Department of Corrections to go into the women's facility on Rikers, because again, they're saying that 85% of the women on Rikers Island have mental illnesses. Now, ladies, right, excuse me fellas real quick, just close your ears. Maybe 7 days of the week you could diagnose me with excuse me, 7 days of the month you could diagnose me with a mental illness, right? We're emotional. So I think that it's about who is the one that's determining these mental illnesses, right? And if we had people like us who went in, who understood, so if you suffered from anxiety attacks and now you were able to overcome it, and you go back and you work with people who are currently suffering, you know what to look for. So you don't automatically just shoot them off, because you know what it is, because you've been through that. So that's another project that I'm working on. So those are the two upcoming projects that I have.
Nice.
I have a question.
The truth? Okay, here's the truth. The truth is, it's a process that's meant to break you and discourage you. So if you're not ready to be rejected, told no, having to go back several different times to the same, or, oh, didn't I tell you you needed 3? And you just bought 2. Oh, you needed 1 more, you gotta come back. Oh, okay, now that you got it, you know you need this. And you're like, right? So if you are a person who can withstand, who is not easily discouraged, I say go for it. But if you already know that as soon as somebody tell you no, or you get frustrated easily, I would not tell you to do it. The reason I had to do it is because I knew this was the only way that my family was going to be able to overcome poverty, right? Like I said, I was teaching. I'm educated. I have degrees. Why am I still living in poverty? And what I had to realize is we all need to start our own businesses, no matter how small it is, right? You need to be able to have a way to generate your own income. So I couldn't be discouraged because my family depended on it, right? So that's the nutshell right there. You cannot be discouraged if you want this MWBE. Okay, so I'll give you the website. I have, as a matter of fact, I have the information in my bag now. I'll give you all of the information, because another thing that I did too is because I was in school for so long, I started to go into all free classes. So anywhere they were offering free classes, Brooklyn, Bronx, Staten Island, jump on a train, whatever, I took all of the free entrepreneur courses offered through like the libraries, SBS, different organizations. So I would strongly suggest if there's something that you want to learn, find the classes where you can learn it for free. The library has a wealth of resources, right? So I'll give you that information when we're done. You have a question?
Oh, if you was to publish another book, what would you title it?
Oh, so I'm living my next book right now, right? Because I was living the other one. And my next book is From Welfare to Billionaire. How I went from HRA to SBA. HRA, Human Resources Administration, SBA, Small Business Administration, right?
Wow.
1 minute I'm their client, the next minute I'm contracting for them, right? But
Wow.
you have to be able to do this. Like I said, it's not easy. You have to be able to take rejection. You have to be able to have people tell you that's ugly, that doesn't work, and you just worked all however long on it, your blood, sweat, and tears, and somebody rejects it. You have to keep going. Another question? Yes.
Good.
So did they ever get your book to be accepted in the campus?
Yes. Actually, my book was on display in faculty publication at LaGuardia, right next to the president of the college's book. Also, my book was here at Mega on display under, it was under faculty publication, but I wasn't faculty here, I was actually a graduate. So yes.
I've seen it. I don't know where though.
And thank you so much.
Yay.